Inside India's naval fleet. India's naval power is structured around a single strategic idea: control the maritime domain without constant escalation. Operating across the Indian Ocean region where trade routes, energy flows, and strategic choke points intersect, the Indian Navy is designed for endurance, layered deterrence, and persistent presence. Every platform, from aircraft carriers to submarines, is defined by displacement, propulsion, range, and sensor reach. Together, they allow India to influence events far from its coastline without relying on permanent overseas bases or an aggressive forward posture. Aircraft carriers. Aircraft carriers sit at the core of India's blue water naval power. More than warships, they function as mobile airbases projecting air dominance, strike capability, and command authority hundreds of kilometers from the fleet. Defined by displacement, endurance, and embarked air wings, carriers enable India to control vast maritime spaces without dependence on foreign bases. Strategically, they convert the ocean itself into operational depth-sustaining presence, deterrence, and stability across the Indian Ocean region. INS Vikramaditya. INS Vikramaditya is India's first fully operational blue water aircraft carrier, serving as a mobile airbase and fleet command platform. Displacing approximately 45,000 tons, it is powered by 8 steam boilers driving for turbines, generating over 180 megawatts. The carrier achieves speeds exceeding 30 knots and has an operational range of more than 13,000 kilometers. Operating a stowed deck, it embarks MiG-29K fighter jets and Kamov helicopters, enabling air defense, strike missions, and maritime control hundreds of kilometers from the fleet. Vikramaditya's value lies in sustained power projection rather than numerical dominance. INS Vikrant. INS Vikrant represents India's transition from carrier acquisition to sovereign carrier construction. Displacing approximately 45,000 tons, it is powered by gas turbines generating close to 88 megawatts, enabling speeds exceeding 28 knots. With an operational endurance of nearly 7,500 nautical miles, Vikrant is designed for sustained blue water deployments. Operating a stowed flight deck, it embarks MiG-29K fighters alongside helicopters and is future-ready for indigenous naval combat aircraft. Strategically, Vikrant's significance lies in autonomy, ensuring that India's carrier aviation capability remains under national control rather than external dependence. Destroyers. Destroyers form the backbone of India's surface combat fleet. Built for speed, firepower, and layered defense, they shield aircraft carriers, control critical sea space, and deliver long-range strike capability. Defined by powerful sensors, multi-role missile systems, and high-endurance, Indian destroyers operate as fleet guardians, detecting threats early, engaging across air, surface, and subsurface domains, and ensuring naval power remains survivable in contested waters. Delhi-class destroyers. The Delhi-class destroyers are India's first indigenous guided missile destroyers, forming the backbone of the surface fleet in the 1990s. Displacing around 6,700 tons, they are powered by steam turbines generating roughly 72 megawatts, reaching speeds of 30 knots with a range of about 6,500 nautical miles. Armed with BrahMos or SS-25 cruise missiles, surface-to-air missiles, torpedoes, and a 127mm main gun, they provide layered anti-air, surface, and submarine defense. Their significance lies in pioneering indigenous destroyer design for sustained multi-role operations. Kolkata-class destroyers. The Kolkata-class destroyers constitute the core of India's surface combat and area air defense capability. Displacing approximately 7,400 tons, they employ a COGAG propulsion system with gas turbines producing nearly 64 megawatts, enabling sustained speeds of up to 30 knots. With an operational range of roughly 8,000 kilometers, these vessels are equipped with BrahMos supersonic cruise missiles, barricade surface-to-air missile systems, heavyweight torpedoes, and a 127mm main gun. Designed around layered air and missile defense, the Kolkata-class safeguards carrier strike groups while retaining the capacity for independent long-range strike and sea control operations. Visakhapatnam-class destroyers. An evolutionary development of the Kolkata class, the Visakhapatnam-class destroyers enhance stealth, automation, and electronic warfare capability. Displacing approximately 7,500 tons, they retain speeds exceeding 30 knots and an operational range close to 8,000 kilometers. Advanced radar cross-section reduction measures, improved sensor integration, and strength and survivability systems enable effective operation in high-threat environments. Designed for modern contested warfare, the Visakhapatnam class is built not merely to fight, but to endure under sustained combat conditions.
Frigates.
Frigates form the workhorses of India's surface fleet. Designed for versatility rather than sheer size, they conduct escort duties, long-range patrols, and independent operations across the Indian Ocean. Defined by endurance, multi-role weapons, and balanced sensors, frigates ensure persistent presence protecting sea lanes, supporting task forces, and maintaining maritime stability without escalating force. Shivalik-class frigates. The Shivalik-class frigates introduce stealth design into India's surface fleet. Displacing around 6,200 tons, they are powered by a combined diesel and gas propulsion system, reaching speeds of up to 32 knots with a range exceeding 9,500 kilometers. Armed with BrahMos cruise missiles, air defense systems, torpedoes, and helicopters, they deliver balanced anti-air, surface, and submarine warfare capability. Their strength lies in endurance and versatility, making them ideal for long-range patrols and fleet escort roles. Nilgiri-class frigates. The Nilgiri-class frigates refine India's stealth frigate concept with modular construction and modern sensors. Displacing around 6,700 tons, they reach speeds above 30 knots and have a range exceeding 10,000 kilometers. Enhanced automation and network-centric systems allow faster construction and improved combat integration. These ships reflect India's growing shipbuilding maturity. Talwar-class frigates. The Talwar-class frigates are compact, heavily armed multi-role warships bridging legacy design and modern naval warfare. Displacing around 4,000 tons, they are powered by gas turbines generating nearly 56 megawatts, reaching speeds of 30 knots with a range of about 4,500 nautical miles. Armed with BrahMos or Club cruise missiles, air defense systems, torpedoes, and close-in weapons, they deliver strong anti-air, surface, and submarine capability. Their value lies in efficiency, packing long-range strike power into a smaller, flexible escort platform. Brahmaputra-class frigates. The Brahmaputra-class frigates represent India's early move toward indigenous multi-role surface combatants. Displacing around 3,600 tons, they are powered by gas turbines producing roughly 55 megawatts, enabling speeds of 30 knots and a range of about 4,500 nautical miles. Armed with anti-ship missiles, air defense systems, torpedoes, and a main gun, they provide balanced anti-air, surface, and submarine warfare capability. Their importance lies in experience bridging older designs with India's modern indigenous warship programs. Submarines. Submarines form the silent foundation of India's naval power. Operating unseen beneath the surface, they are designed for deterrence, denial, and survivability rather than visibility. Defined by stealth, endurance, and weapon reach, submarines allow India to control maritime space without revealing presence. In strategic terms, they shift the balance of power, quietly deterring adversaries, securing sea lanes, and ensuring stability through uncertainty. Kalvari-class submarines. The Kalvari-class submarines form the silent core of India's conventional underwater fleet. Displacing around 1,700 tons submerged, they use diesel-electric propulsion, optimized for stealth and endurance. With a range exceeding 6,500 kilometers and armed with torpedoes and anti-ship missiles, they dominate littoral and choke point environments. Their strength lies in striking unseen, ensuring sea denial and strategic unpredictability. Shishumar-class submarines. The Shishumar-class submarines represent an earlier generation of India's conventional underwater warfare capability. Displacing approximately 1,850 tons submerged, they employ diesel-electric propulsion, achieving submerged speeds of around 22 knots. With an operational range exceeding 8,000 kilometers, the class continues to serve in patrol, training, and sea denial roles. Their sustained service life underscores the Indian Navy's emphasis on life cycle management, readiness, and capability retention even as newer platforms enter the fleet. Arihant-class submarines. The Arsenal-class nuclear-powered ballistic missile submarines anchor India's sea-based nuclear deterrent. Displacing approximately 6,000 tons submerged, they are powered by a nuclear reactor, giving them virtually unlimited range and months-long endurance. Armed with submarine-launched ballistic missiles, Arsenal ensures assured second strike capability. Strategically, it exists not to fight wars but to prevent them. Sindhuj-class submarines. The Sindhuj-class submarines expanded India's conventional submarine fleet with greater endurance and improved strike capability. Displacing roughly 3,000 tons submerged, they are powered by diesel-electric propulsion and achieve submerged speeds exceeding 20 knots. With an operational range of over 11,000 kilometers, select units are equipped to launch cruise missiles, enhancing sea denial and land attack reach. The Sindhuj class bridges legacy patrol roles with modern deterrent functions. From aircraft carriers to nuclear submarines, India's naval fleet reflects a deliberate strategy: build endurance, integrate selectively, and deter without provocation. These platforms are not instruments of expansion, but tools of balance. In strategic terms, India's navy exists not to dominate the Indian Ocean, but to stabilize it, ensuring that power remains measured, controlled, and guided by restraint.